Partly sunny to mostly cloudy.
The following is a sponsored program paid for by Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group, RE/MAX Results. Welcome to Rochester Real Estate, featuring Robin Gwaltney from Gwaltney Group, RE/MAX Results, and Andy Brownell. Here's Andy Brownell on Rochester's News Talk, 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Good morning. It's Saturday again. I'm Andy Brownell, and because it is Saturday, that means we are with Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group, RE/MAX Results on News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM. Good morning, Robin.
Oh my gosh, good morning.
So,
do I sound like I'm still half asleep? I'm so tired. It was a really busy week. Oh my goodness.
I guess there's rewards for it to be busy, but there's a flip side to that as well.
Yes.
You're tired out.
Yes, I'm tired out. But it's okay. I do not have a busy day today. As of right now, with my world, that can change in a minute. But as of right now, I don't have a busy day, so maybe I'll get a little rest.
That'll be a welcome change, I imagine. So you mentioned it's busy, so I imagine the spring market's still in full swing?
It absolutely is. We're seeing the houses that are priced right flying off the shelves, on one day, on 3 days, boom, gone, boom, gone, boom, gone. So, I mean, definitely the market is, the part of the market that is struggling is kind of what I used to call the high-end market, but now I call it the mid-market. So anything from like 600 to just over $1 million, like that price point is, for some reason, once it gets up over $1 million, those things still move fast. And I guess it's because those buyers have a lot of money and they don't let outside factors affect their decision to buy and move as much as others. But I think the obvious is that those $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 houses are not typically first-time home buyers. Those are typically, okay, we've been in our other house 7 years or 10 years. We've saved up some money. We're ready to move up to our dream home. Let's go look at these. And a lot of those people are just saying, with prices the way they are right now, with the uncertainty in the world right now, with the fact that we're still locked in at a low interest rate now, they're just less enthusiastic about moving up to that dream home.
I imagine you use the word uncertainty to describe it, and I think that pretty much describes the whole mood of the economy right now. People are waiting for, looking at the Middle East, this thing to be resolved.
Correct.
It has such a huge impact on everything, particularly energy prices.
Everything. I know that the interest rates dropped for the third week in a row. And see, I told you I'm tired. A week feels like a year now. Third week in a row. And still, we haven't seen this huge spike in home sales because of those other, factors that are weighing so heavily on people.
And you were mentioning those homes, which you now call the upper mid-range. You're kind of in that range area as well, where building your own dream home would definitely be an option at that point.
Maybe. It'd be an option. I don't know if it'd be your smartest option in that price point, because I feel like in that price point, especially if you can be so fortunate to find a house that someone has already lived in for a while, as long as they've maintained it well, there might be some equity, so that is more flexible than new construction, because when you think about new construction, the price is the price. It's
right.
Black and white. They pay X number of dollars to purchase the land, and they pay X number of dollars to purchase the materials. And then, of course, they have to hire the labor. There's the cost of holding the money. There's the cost of selling the house. And, of course, the builder needs to make some profit. So when people go to buy new construction, there's going to be very, very little, if any, room to negotiate, because they have formulated that price.
And I imagine the other part of that, too, is usually when folks live in a place for a while, a year or two, they've done the landscaping. They've finished the basement.
Put the custom blinds up.
Which
which is
is
10,000 bucks
significant.
here and 10,000 bucks there.
Yeah,
And yeah, it adds up.
fast.
Yes, it does. Maybe there's, some of the new constructions, the deck is not included. That's an extra expense. And to your point, the landscaping. Oh, putting in the in-ground sprinkler system, putting up the window coverings. All those things add up quite quickly. And if you buy a house that someone else has built and done all that, well, there you go. That's another instant equity.
I read an article this week in the Wall Street Journal about home sales. Again, this is nationwide,
right,
which is not comparable to what's happening here locally. But it said almost essentially what you had said earlier, that while things are sluggish within that market, homes that they described as turnkey, ready to move in, and priced right are moving really, really fast.
Yep. They're always the ones that, if you do all the things, I'm getting more calls now, Andy, than I have in the last few years for people saying, hey, Robin, we're going to be getting ready to get our house on the market in the next few months. Or I've even had a few this time next year. But could you come over and take a look and let us know what things we should be focused on now? Right. And, of course, that's the easiest way to go, especially if you do have to make a list and you have projects. Because, projects cost money. So sometimes people want to kind of budget for what am I going to have to spend prior to selling the house? What am I going to have to put into it to sell it and get my max dollars out? And then the other piece of that is time. We're all busy. So if we have to have time to paint this room or get new carpet in this room or clean up the landscaping outside or tear down the falling down chicken coop or whatever it is, you need time to get those projects done.
How much time do you think is a good idea for somebody to approach you and say, I'm thinking about selling and I have, I know I need to do some things?
I think for sure give yourself 3 or 4 months. So especially if you think you have projects, like I have a new listing that will be coming on the market real soon. And these sellers first approached me about 4 months ago. And so at our initial visit, we talked about, yes, this room should be painted. Yes, you should get rid of these things. Yes, let's take down these curtains. Nope, this is fine. that kind of thing. And now they've done it all and had me back last week to say, okay, we've done all this and this and this. Go walk through it, make sure. I said, yeah, it looks great. And then this week we took the photos and we're still not planning to come on the market until probably next week, maybe the week after. But we're ready to go. So we are, everything is in order. Everything has been done. Everything looks fabulous at the house. And we'll price it right. And when we get it on, it'll go fast. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's one that it's in the mid 4s. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's one that goes in multiple offers.
Awesome.
But it's just putting that plan into place. Makes a lot of sense.
I imagine, too, that a lot of people have trepidation if they're thinking about selling and, whatever reason, they need more room, want a different location, that they have this backlog of things that they know that needs to get done, and they haven't done it, and then they just go, it's just too much, it's overwhelming. But you have told me that when you talk to folks like this, you can talk through that, hey, you put this into this on this end, we're going to get it out on this end.
Yeah, I actually just have one that I went to see, and I said, I suggest paint and carpet. So we got bids, and the bids for the paint and the carpet together came to approximately $20,000. So then we had to look at the comps and see if we leave it alone and do nothing, where is it going to sell, versus if we do the paint and the carpet, where is it going to sell? Well, we realized by looking at the comps that initial investment of $20,000 in should bring us 50 to 60 on the other side.
That is a nice thing to hear.
So it's definitely worth it. And like I told them when I met them, I said, if we go in and we find out that it's going to cost $20,000 to earn $20,000 more, I wouldn't suggest it. I would consider it a wash, unless you want to do it just because it is going to make the house sell quicker. if you're not in a hurry and you don't care, you're probably going to come out with the same net money with or without the stuff. So.
Right. 30 grand more is a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah. It's not like you're doing it to break even. So that's why every situation is different. And I always tell people, let's just walk through and I can just give you my honest professional opinion about what is worth doing and what is not worth doing and what my recommendations would be.
All right, Robin, we do need to take a break. We'll do that right now. Back in a moment with Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group-RE Results on News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
We'll be right back with Robin Gwaltney and Andy Brownell on Rochester Real Estate. This is News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9.
Supplies last.
To Rochester Real Estate with Robin Gwaltney from Gwaltney Group-RE Results and Andy Brownell on Rochester's News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Welcome back, everybody. Andy Brownell with Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group-RE Results at News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM. All right, Robin, you mentioned the uncertainty. Well, you called it uncertainty, and I think everybody feels it. They're, looking at the headlines and things happening around the world. There's a lot of nervousness, and obviously energy prices play a big role in that. My expectation, though, is once this does get resolved, because it will eventually get resolved, everything does. You and I have been around the block more than a few times.
It will.
To see this, and I'm expecting an explosion of economic activity once that happens.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. A lot of the markets, across the nation are ticking up. I mean, there's been strong job growth, right? And so even though we're looking at, and the interest rates, like I said, have decreased 3 weeks in a row. So even though we haven't seen the gates break open yet, things are starting to go in that direction. So right. I think you're seeing exactly right. You're seeing into the future, Andy.
And once the gasoline price drops at the pump, and that's such a psychological boost for everybody.
And it's not just psychological. You think about that. That's something that people are filling up their cars, depending on how much they drive. I mean, we realtors I'm there 2 times a week at least, but filling up our cars a lot. And sometimes you don't think about gas, but when you look up and you see, premium gas. I don't put premium gas in my car, but Scott does in his. And we haven't been driving his because premium gas is over $5 a gallon.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. And I say, you don't have to put premium in it. He goes, yes, you're supposed to. I'm like, oh, brother. So I'm like, well, then we'll take mine. Or he has drove his truck a little bit. But anyway, everybody, I think it's like what do I want to call it? It's like a snowball effect, right? It's like if you're going to have to fill your gas up to take that, trip along the river to check out the cute little wineries, you're thinking, but the gas prices, maybe we just won't go. We'll just go do this weekend instead or whatever. So, or, take the drive up to North Shore or just different things that you get in your car and go do. And I feel like a lot of the people who benefit from that business, even like things like the Eagle Center, driving over from Rochester or down from the cities, I feel like it does affect how many people get in the car and drive down and do it. Because it's just the first expense of many throughout the day, because then there's always now we're going to pay to go into whatever it is we're driving to
get
see.
Something to eat.
And then we're going to go have lunch. And, maybe in the afternoon before we head home, we'll have an ice cream cone. And so it matters, like people's dollars are spread pretty thin, right?
But the reason I bring it up as a psychological factor is that if you actually look at it rationally, and it's one of those things you have that initial reaction to it. But if you look back at what you and I paid for a gallon of gas when we were in high school,
75 cents,
and you factor in Well, actually, by the time we were in high school, the gas crisis of '79 had pushed it over $1.
Yeah, I remember when it went to $1.
Yeah,
but I remember when I got my driver's license, it was 75 cents.
And it was sticker shock, and everybody freaked out. But if you factor in with the cost of inflation, we're actually paying a lot less per gallon,
probably
than we were then, and we were driving big gas guzzlers.
Exactly. Oh, I remember one time hearing the thing about the price of Starbucks per gallon compared to the price of gas per gallon. It made gas look like water.
Well, how about the ink for your printer, which works out to like $1,000 a gallon?
Yeah, and I use a lot of that too, I tell you.
It's just one of the things that goes into everybody's equation on what they're going to do and how they're going to spend their money.
Right. And that's what the purpose of it is. I mean, it's nice if you don't have to spend it all, but I mean, that's the reason we go to work, is so we have money to pay the bills and do the things. So I'm grateful that the economy is continuing to move forward. Yes, I will be very grateful when that pace picks up and when people are feeling more relaxed and more comfortable. But in the meantime, we are still selling houses.
And you mentioned interest rates have edged down over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I imagine that's sparked at least some data that shows more mortgages.
Yeah, I saw that the applications for mortgages was up about 8% over last month, but still about 1% less than this time last year.
Okay.
So, but things are picking up, and I expect we're going to have a big boom just like you do.
But then again, locally, we already have the big boom.
Yeah, but I'm saying everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm hearing more and more of my real estate friends across the nation starting to see things pick up.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So I think we're going to be, everything is going to be all right.
I was talking to one of the bigwigs here in the community and about one of these new outfits downtown that's tied in with Mayo Clinic as part of, the whole destination medical center thing.
Hold forward.
And this was dealing with this company that develops medications using radioactive isotopes, and they're finally opened and running.
Okay.
And have employees and are looking for more employees. And these are the types of job you have to pay these people a lot of money because they are extraordinarily highly educated folks. I mean, they are nuclear scientists. That's what they are.
Right. Wow.
And so it's just I can't imagine the economic impact of one hire for an outfit like this, because that person's going to go out and look for one of these houses. They're going to buy probably a higher end car. So they have that discretionary income to go out to eat.
Right.
So it gets spread around pretty quickly.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's why our market is so different, because our, per capita income is higher than most every place in the state. The per capita education is higher than most every place in the state. We have a very unique city and market.
And that makes things happen where a lot of us can benefit in a great fashion.
It's why it's the number one place for people in Minnesota to move to.
Yeah.
And it's no surprise.
We need to build more houses, that's for sure. Well, we'll take a quick break, come back with Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group-RE results. News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
We'll be right back with Robin Gwaltney and Andy Brownell on Rochester Real Estate. This is News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96 to Rochester Real Estate with Robin Gwaltney from Gwaltney Group-RE results and Andy Brownell on Rochester's News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Welcome back Saturday. News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM with Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group-RE results. What we were talking about before the break, that was just one little tiny aspect of our local economy. Mayo is bringing in more and more of these higher paid medical professionals, some extraordinarily highly paid medical professionals.
That is a perfect segue for me to tell some exciting news. I have been promoting my gorgeous listing up on Weather Hill that was listed initially for $2,495,000. Such a beautiful house. I did a segment on my little Midwest Access show and did a whole video tour of the property. I have shared all the information. I mean, it is such a great house, but it's so expensive, right? And then recently I had 3 listings in Weather Hill. I have 3 listings. And all 3 of them decided to do price reduction. And boy, we have seen an increase in traffic. And one of the new incoming male surgeons contacted me about my listing. And guess what? I sold it myself.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. So it is sold. We still have to get through the inspection period. But this week, it was a huge accomplishment, and I am beyond thrilled for my sellers and for my buyer. And I'm feeling pretty good about it, feeling pretty happy. When you work really hard and you work long hours and you get exhausted and then you have big wins like that, it just feels really good. And you know that I have been putting a lot of focus on the luxury market in Rochester because it's growing at such a fast pace. So it just always feels good to put another feather in the cap.
That's a big feather, Robin. Big feather.
Yes. Thank you. So exciting.
Do you have any other listings we can talk about today?
I do. I don't have any more that are in the 2 millions though. So if you're looking for that, I'm plumb out. But there are others that other agents have, and I can help you with those. But okay, let's just talk about what everybody might need, okay? We still have over at, what is the name of that? You always help me with it. That 55 and over co-op place off of the river, Elton Hills Drive. What is the name of it? I'm just drawing a blank.
Off of Elton Hills Drive.
Not off of Elton Hills Drive, but yeah, sort of off Elton Hills Drive. You know where the old movie theater used to be, and there's that little water back there, and on the other side there is that co-op for 55 and over.
Yeah, I do, right along 3rd Avenue there.
Yes, thank you. And I cannot think of the name of it for the life of me. I told you.
I buy it all the time.
It's been a long week. Yes, I do too. Well, anyway, we have the one and only unit that is for sale in that place right now, and ours is River Bluff. That's it. It just came to me.
You're right.
Okay. See, I said on the river. Anyway, so ours just happens to have a view of the river. And this one is just under 1,000 square feet. It has 2 bedrooms and 1 bath, and it's all fresh paint and new carpet, and it's $259,900.
Really?
It's a great deal. So if you know anybody who's looking for that sort of a living situation, that's a great option. Another townhome that we just listed is 1826 Deerhaven Lane, Northeast. That's just up the road from where the big Haley's Comfort System store is, on the way up the hill to the Northeast Clinic. And that one is 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and about the same size, square feet. This one's 992, but this is just a traditional townhome situation. And this one is 169,900. So definitely price to move.
Man, you could get into, if you think about what you folks are paying for rent.
Yeah, well, actually,
you get a mortgage on a place like this, you
cheaper. Yeah, cheaper.
Yeah, quite a bit cheaper.
Yes, my seller actually owned this as she had 3 rental properties in Rochester, and she now lives out of state and has sold one of them and wants to sell the other 2 so that she can purchase where she is now. So anyway, we have put a new one on the market in Wabasha, and it happens to be on the water. And usually I never make it to the show with the ones that are on the water because usually they're listed pending or somebody even hears about it before I get the listing paperwork set up. So this one is on Robinson Lake, so behind the high school. Yep. So if you go right behind the Wabasha Kellogg High School, yeah. And this is a really nice place, very, very well maintained. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a 2-car garage, and then there's this big bonus room behind the garage. The house has about 2,300 square feet. It was built in 1975. The land is just over a half an acre, right on the water. So you have access to the water plus a gorgeous view from your porch. And they just fenced the yard in, so it's really nice. And that's $445. So if you're looking to get down to Wabasha and be on the water, that one is crowd pleaser. We also listed one out in Zumbro Falls on County Road 7, and this one is riverfront and riverview, and this one is $769.9. It has 15 acres, 4 beds, 3 baths. So another opportunity.
Nice.
And a couple more houses in Wabasha, a townhome and a single family home, and those are $349.9 for the single family, $278 for the townhome. The one on Meadow Run sold, so I can skip that one. Oh, this is a nice one, 641 20th Street Northeast, and it's a 4-bed, 3-bath split. It is a really nice house. She has made it so cute. She's redone everything in it and put up a new retaining wall out back. I mean, it is lovely, and it is $369.9, so in that sweet spot.
Yeah.
We've got some land all over. No matter where you want land, we've got land. I just listed a new one lot for 1 acre on the golf course in Wabasha for $75,000. We've got some lots out in Preston. We've got some lots down on the Prairie, which is also part of Wabasha. We've got lots all over Rochester. We've got lots southwest and northwest. So yeah, we've got a lot of lots. So if you are looking to build, we can help you.
Okay.
All right.
Robin?
Out of time?
Yeah, we pretty much
okay.
are. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. I have more listings, but we'll talk about those next time.
Unless they're sold. If you want to get a hold of Robin, if you're interested in any of these listings we've talked about, if you want Robin to come over and check out your place, as we talked about earlier, and discuss what could be done to make it even more sellable. I don't care what it is, right, Robin? Anything
Absolutely.
Dealing with real estate?
Any real estate question whatsoever, please never, ever hesitate to pick up the phone and call me.
And how do we call you?
507-259-4926.
Okay, Robin. You have a great rest of the weekend.
Thank you. You do
talk
the same.
to you again next Saturday. Thanks.
All right.
Robin,
yeah.
Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group, RE/MAX Results. And thanks for joining us on News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.